So guys, there is an update to this story. Davina's father, Mr. Taye, who has been on the run, has finally been arrested by the police. And according to him, in his narrative, he is trying to shift the blame into his wife, insinuating that his wife, Davina's stepmother, may have been the one who had poisoned her to death. Mr. Taye admitted that yes, on a Saturday, the day before Davina died, he had cooked oil rice for the both of them to eat. And after they ate, he started having stomach pain, but did not understand what was going on. He assumed it was just exclusive to him. But the next morning, on a Sunday, he noticed that Davina was still lying in the position she slept on the couch, and she had soiled herself. So he quickly rushed her to a chemist, who then suggested that they go to a hospital. But by the time they went to the hospital, Davina had already died. He then recalled, hear this because this is the most important part in this story. He then recalled that days before, he and his wife, his current wife, had a fight that he had to kick her out of the house. And what was the fight? Taye claimed that around that period, Davina had caught his wife in a compromising position with a neighbor and had reported to Taye. And then that was why Taye had to send his wife packing, causing them to fight and creating a whole big issue. Taye then went on to say that that Saturday, when he came home to cook the oil rice, Davina, who was mostly home alone, informed him that his wife had come around but had left. That she had come around to do something, one or two things, but she left. And this is after they had fought, after she had been caught in this compromising situation, and that was it. So Taye now is alluding that he did not think much of it. He just assumed that since she came and left and everywhere is fine, then she probably did not do anything. However, he is now insinuating that there's a chance that when the wife came back that Saturday to do something in the house and leave, he believes that she had poisoned or manipulated the food that they were going to eat, which is contradicting because it was still that Saturday when he came back that he cooked the rice. Unless he's saying that he had already cooked the rice and it was in the pot already and then they were still eating from it. It's unclear what he meant by that. But pretty much he is just pushing the blame, pushing the claim of murder or poisoning towards his wife. My thing is, when he felt that he too was having a stomach issue after eating the rice, he had to wait till the next morning to check on Davina. If he too had most likely given, because he said he woke up in the middle of the night to take palm oil because he assumed food poisoning, and he ate the same food with Davina. He should have probably checked on her too, to see if it's the same issue or if it's about the food. But maybe he skipped his mind. Maybe. Currently, this is the situation. He is in custody. The wife was the one who was first picked on the day of the arrest. She kind of maybe alluded to Taye's claim because, when they arrested her, she said that she was not around, that when she left, Davina was fine. So maybe it made sense that, this narrative could have been what actually played out, because Taye had run away and in my mind, he had had enough time to cook up a story. But the timeline seems to tally. However, it's up to an autopsy now to determine what had happened to Davina, because is it food poisoning or was it something else? By the way, for those of us who are hoping that Davina is still alive or it's just a ploy for them to keep her, is unfortunate, because there's a high chance, because I was really hoping that was the case. Unfortunately, with these two narratives, it's really leaning towards the possibility that she is actually dead. So what is left now is for them to exhume her from where she is buried and run an autopsy. It's unfortunate. The mother is really miserable. Mrs. Dorcas she can't believe this, and I really hope she's able to deal with this loss because it's painful. A lot of people are even blaming her, saying that she messed up by giving her to a father who had been absent and who is already married to a new wife. A lot of people are calling her out for making that mistake, and she too had explained that even Davina, being a 13-year-old, usually requests going to see the dad, usually requests wanting to see the dad. And she did not want to be like those single mothers who would hold their children from their father, who would stop their children from knowing their father. And now she had given the father a chance to bond with the daughter, and the one time she does it, the one time that the daughter goes to stay with the father, this happens. This happens. And you would think society who keep shaming single mothers for hiding their children from their father are still the ones shaming her and blaming her for taking her daughter to see the father. But you guys, let me know your thoughts.